So I listened to, or not listened, I read a book, the CEO of Carlisle, David Rubenstein. And it was interesting because it was a collection of interviews with billionaires that he had met and interviewed over the last few years. Bezos and all these different people. And almost every interview, he always said something along the lines of, we're going to see mass repricing of assets going forward because of climate. When you start to look at all the different things that one, like if they wanted to remove their footprint on that property, what it would actually cost.
Yeah.
What would you think, like on a ballpark? I know you wouldn't be able to throw, like, would you have an idea of a range? Like if, let's say I owned a home and it was in like a, a low climate risk area, and I had a goal of, I want to remove this entirely from, their entire carbon footprint. What would this actually potentially cost?
I would say tens of thousands of dollars if you're going to remove your carbon footprint completely. Yeah. But can you see that as an investment? Sure, one could say so. It, would definitely raise your property value. You spoke of equity earlier, if you ever wanted to sell the property. But yeah, it would, I'd say tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah. So I listened to, or not listened, I read a book, the CEO of Carlisle, David Rubenstein. And it was interesting because it was a collection of interviews with billionaires that he had met and interviewed over the last few years. Bezos and all these different people. And almost every interview, he always said something along the lines of, we're going to see mass repricing of assets going forward because of climate. And they would talk about this, like all the billionaires. And so you're like, okay, well, like what areas are going to be most impacted, right? In terms of like multifamily, single family, house flipping, like running a business, all these different areas that most people are completely asleep about. They have no idea. They're not thinking about what the future is actually going to look like. But the future is here. Yeah. Like we're here, and over the next couple of years, we're going to witness. I think a lot of people have a hard time getting loans to refinance their properties because the insurance companies are going to be like, hey, you know what, we're underwriting the risk different here.
Yeah.
They can't afford the loan. They don't have equity in their properties to get the loan. And we're going to see a massive transfer of wealth, I think, take place over here.
If you've enjoyed this clip and you'd like to watch the full episode, you can do so on my main YouTube channel by clicking the video here.